My dad was born and raised in Uruapan, Michoacan, and we come from a family of carniceros. He was the oldest of three, and he really took it upon himself to be the head of the household. He'd work at that carniceria, and then when that closed, he would go in the plaza, he'd sell popcorn, he'd sell paletas. He was one of those street kids just hustling for opportunity. In the 40s, 50s, 60s, my dad's uncle and my dad's dad, my grandfather, they ran a really successful carniceria in Uruapan. At the time, here in Chicago, we have a long history of meat packing and being like a big hub. Everything from back of the yards, El Barrio de las Empacadoras, to the West Loop, all those areas, needed immigrant labor. There was a big need, particularly for people that knew how to work with pork. And that lined up perfectly with all the carniceros from Michoacan. I always had this double life growing up, like 3-4 months a year I would spend in Michoacan. So it really gave me, a really formative experience in terms of like what my values are, what my knowledge of my culture is, what my knowledge of my language is. I know that that's not always the case for sons of immigrants that primarily live here and then don't get that opportunity. I can honestly tell you that if you're from Michoacan and you have our food, it has that lineage. It hasn't changed. We don't try to make the food something that it isn't. The actual, food itself is a classic, and not everything needs to be reinvented. I think people, once they generally, if they're foodies, get a real appreciation for how we truly make a dish the same way that it's made in Mexico. People start appreciating it, and that's taken us to great heights and things that we never thought would happen.